The Bojangles' new premium blend coffee and sausage biscuit for just $1.59. So long, donut.
Gotta want me to get out of Bojangles.
During VisionWorks, 3 best sales get 2 complete pair of glasses for just $99, including the best selection of kids' frames anywhere. Right now, every frame is on sale for only $59.95, and stylish prescription reading glasses are $29. VisionWorks. Why pay more?
There's no better deal than the Time Warner Cable Power Bundle. With the money you save, you can use digital phone to order your wife flowers. Use Roadrunner's blazing fast speed to buy her concert tickets. And then you can watch all your favorite sports in crystal clear HD as much as you want. So call or go online to get it all on Time Warner Cable's advanced fiber network for as low as $29.95 each per month for a year. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
Can't sell your house? Why not redecorate? But don't buy new when you can buy used at a fraction of the cost. The Ivy Cottage has all your refurnishing needs at consignment prices. From stemware to sofas, teacups to tables, bookends to beds, and chairs to chandeliers and carpets. And don't forget about the artwork and fine estate jewelry. The Ivy Cottage has it all. Visit us today on Market Street in Wilmington or at 3cottages.com.
Richard Moore began his public career as a prosecutor, putting criminals behind bars. When the hurricanes came, he led the effort to get our state back on its feet. Now, as treasurer, Moore is changing how we do business. Reforms that allow us to invest millions back into North Carolina, one of the nation's strongest pension funds, securing our retirement, and leading the fight to raise the minimum wage. The courage and experience to lead. Richard Moore, Governor.
Bob Townsend, Kim Ratcliffe, and meteorologist Eric Davis. You're watching Carolina in the Morning, where news comes first.
And good Monday morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Dr. King holiday today. It's a cold one outside. I'm Bob Townsend.
And I'm Kim Ratcliffe. It is very cold this morning, below the freezing mark, but hopefully a lot of you have the holiday off. And you're staying inside and warm today because not much improvement temperature-wise today, is it, Eric?
I was kind of hoping when I woke up this morning, do I have the day off? And then I realized, no, I don't.
No, we don't.
So we had to brave the elements. A lot of people won't have to, so good for you if you don't have to. But it is cold out there. Temperatures right now, teens and lower 20s. And it looks like before all is said and done, we're not going to warm up terribly quickly here. 31 degrees as we head towards 10 o'clock. There may be some pieces of good news. We are going to have some sunshine. Of course, we don't benefit from that this early in the morning. And there won't be a lot of wind. Looks like the winds will be a little bit lighter than what we saw over the weekend. But it looks like some warmer weather tomorrow and maybe another chance of some rain. Maybe not a lot of rain, but another rain chance coming up. We'll have the complete first alert forecast coming up in a few moments.
Yes. You know, it was a yucky day Saturday, but it was nice to see all that. It was nice to see that rain.
Second time in that last week that we saw over an inch of rain.
That's
so
good.
We've knocked out our 2008 rainfall deficit. Now we got to start working on 2007, which of course was much higher.
Yeah, it was good to get it though. It sure was.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, thanks. We're at a minute after the hour on this Dr. Martin Luther King Day today. Towns over the coastal Carolinas will be honoring the slain civil rights leader today with parades, a lot of lectures, and all kinds of entertainment taking place. The city of Wilmington is now making the final preparations for the big parade today that will start in about 6 hours from now in memory of Dr. King. Barricades on hand already to block off the traffic on Castle Street. The parade will start today at 12 noon. Flags are now hanging from the light poles today. Again, the ceremony with the parade will start at high noon today. Organizers telling us they want the youth of Wilmington to walk away knowing Dr. King's legacy should always be remembered.
So what we want to do is educate children and make them aware of some of the things that Dr. King did to make their life the way it is at this time.
And today will be full of celebrations to honor Dr. King. Immediately following the parade this afternoon, there will be a step show. Also at Gregory Auditorium at 6 p.m. tonight, a full-length biography about Dr. King, followed by a history and talent show. And then on Tuesday morning at 9:40, Cape Fear Community College will recognize the 40th anniversary of King's death with a presentation titled Drum Majors for Justice. And that event will take place in the McLeod Building at Cape Fear Community College.
Today is Dr. King Day, but folks started celebrating the King legacy at the beginning of this weekend. Sunday afternoon, dozens of people gathered along 10th and Lord Streets in Southport to march and sing songs in remembrance of Dr. King. Community leaders and high school students joined in the march yesterday in Southport, with organizers telling us they want Dr. King's memory to last all year long.
The teachings, contributions of Dr. King, and having them understand that his contributions did not only affect people of color, but his contributions had nationwide and worldwide impact.
And Southport will continue their celebrations today. On the front page of the Wilmington Star-News also today, there's a whole list of all the King ceremonies that will be taking place. Just check it out today in your Wilmington Star-News.
In other news this morning, 2 men are behind bars in connection with the murder of an Onslow County man. 24-year-old Ryan Kassler is accused of stabbing and killing 22-year-old Joseph Wells. Detectives also charged 20-year-old Stephen Jacob with accessory after the fact. Deputies say somebody found Wells' body in a ditch near Parkertown Road early Saturday morning. He died from several stab wounds to the chest. Investigators say more charges are possible as their investigation continues.
And some more crime news. A Wilmington woman had her purse snatched right at her own front door. Shortly after noon on Sunday, a woman saying that she noticed a group of men hanging around her apartment building on North 2nd Street in downtown Wilmington. And as she was making her way inside her apartment, one ran up behind her, pulled out a gun, and demanded her bag. The woman handed over her purse. The man then ran away. Another Wilmington woman also had her purse snatched at her own front door. Police say about 10:30 Sunday night, a woman was unlocking her apartment in Drake Court when a man came up to her at gunpoint and demanded her money. The man ended up ripping the purse right off the woman's arm before she could hand it over. Police are urging people to be extra careful.
And you just need to be aware of your surroundings. When you get in and out of your car, go into your place, you need to look around and see if you see anyone suspicious. There's nothing wrong with driving around again, and there's nothing wrong with calling the police when you see someone suspicious. We don't mind at all.
And anyone with any information is asked to contact the Wilmington Police Department. 343-3600 is the phone number to call. Also in the news today, police are continuing to look for a group of men who have been breaking into some cars. They want to warn you, make sure you do keep your car doors locked. 3 of the men are brothers, Antonio and Joshua Arthur, and their stepbrother, Cornelius Washington. Now, Washington has already been caught and is behind bars in New Hanover County. A 4th person, Michael Graham, was also involved, is behind bars as well. Wilmington and Leland police are also looking for Johnny Russ, who is not pictured. Police think the men could be connected to dozens of car break-ins in several neighborhoods in Wilmington and in Leland. The thieves taking cell phones, credit cards, and other valuables. Police say the group has been targeting unlocked cars.
A Murrayville family hopes to head back home today after flames and smoke forced them to stay somewhere else last night. The fire happened at around 7:30 off Covey Lane in New Hanover County. Firefighters say wood burning in a stove caused their chimney to go up in flames. No one got hurt. The home did suffer some damage, but again, the family should be able to go back home sometime today.
We're at 6 minutes after 6 right now, and just when we thought things were getting better, Eric says it's dropped a degree. It's gotten colder outside.
It is colder out there right now, Eric.
Yes, I'm just full of good news this morning, aren't I? Yes. Yeah, the wind chills dropped too, I'm afraid to tell you. It was 15 degrees last hour. It's now down to 13 degrees. So yes, very cold temperatures right now. Live view from the First Lord battleship camera into downtown Wilmington. At least things have cleared out, and we do think as we head through the day, the winds will remain on the light side. A little bit of a breeze, but probably not quite as strong as what we saw during the weekend. Temperature right now in Wilmington has dropped degrees. We said 20 degrees right now. The humidity at 53%. Still that light northeast wind at 5 miles per hour. You factor that into the equation, you get a wind chill of 13 degrees. That's what it feels like outside. Probably a good thing a lot of folks have the holiday today because it is not a pleasant morning to head outside. And with the winds dying down, a little bit of ice to scrape off your windshields as well. 18 degrees in Jacksonville, Lumberton now at 22, 19 in Fayetteville, 21 degrees in Clinton. So just about everybody at this hour either seeing temperatures in the upper teens or the lower 20s, and a lot of wind chills as well, running in the lower teens, so very important to grab that winter coat, the hat and gloves as you head outside. Satellite picture, a little bit of snow shower activity this morning from about Chicago back into ports of Iowa, but really pretty quiet across much of the country, at least for now. Big Arctic area of high pressure. That's why it's so cold this morning. That's going to be sliding out as we head through the day. Lots of sunshine today, but look how quickly the clouds increase tonight. We're going to see a coastal trough begin to set up, and already by tomorrow morning we could see some light rain showers in the forecast, and even possibly some light wintry mix back towards the west as a system moves into the Ohio Valley. That system's going to draw a little bit closer. With the coastal trough strengthening, the chances of showers will probably increase a little bit more as we head towards tomorrow night and into Wednesday. And yes, we are talking rain showers because the temperatures are going to moderate. How much rain are we talking about? Well, most of these totals will be under 1/4 of an inch, nothing like what we saw over the weekend. So 42 will be our high today. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clouds continuing to increase as we head towards 10 o'clock. The low around 30, but that'll probably occur just before midnight with temperatures rising as we head towards morning. Along the coast, seas 3 to 5 feet, and the first alert planning forecast showing cold temperatures returning on Wednesday, 48, lower 40s Thursday for highs, lows in the 20s, but we will moderate the temperatures for the weekend, maybe another shower chance on Sunday. Bob and Kim.
One day closer to spring, that's how I look at it.
That's a good way to look at it. I like that.
One day, got to be optimistic about it. Yeah. Well, coming up on Carolina in the Morning today on this Monday, the death toll is now up to 5 following a mid-air collision of 2 Cessnas over Southern California Sunday.
Plus, the very latest in politics as the Democratic presidential candidates get ready for the primary in South Carolina this weekend.
Your pro for personal injury. Greg Jones Law at WECT.com.
It's the $100 million cash spectacular. The scratch-off game from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Loaded with over $117 million in total cash prizes.
Do you like this living room?
I don't see a TV.
But it has a settee.
I prefer HD.
It's a tough choice. Refurnish the living room or replace the television. Thanks to Room Store's guaranteed low prices, you can do both. Own the very room you want with enough money left over for a very nice TV.
We put it all together and save you more. Room Store.
Car shopping? Remember one thing. There's only one King. Bob King Pontiac. Drive off in a brand new 2008 Pontiac G6 at King size. Pricing and miles per gallon. A mere $229 per month plus tax, or just $16,770 and up to 34 miles per gallon. Just announced. Bob King Pontiac will add an extra $1,000 GM owner loyalty rebate, making that 2008 G6 only $15,770. Remember one thing. There's only one King. New Center Drive in Wilmington and at bobking.com.
Your child's success in school starts with a strong foundation, building blocks that encourage them to learn and explore. You can start building that foundation for your 4-year-old by applying today for New Hanover County's More at 4 pre-K program. More at 4 centers help stimulate your child's mind with creative approaches to learning. If your child will be 4 years old on or before August 31st of this year, call today to submit your child's application for enrollment in the More at 4 pre-K program. For more information, call 815-6940 today.
I got a money now loan today at Jackson Hewitt. They work even faster than we do. What do you mean? Oh, I just walked in with my W-2, and next thing I know, I'm walking out with a loan check. It was quick and it was easy.
My tax guy didn't have a money now loan. Well, I'm still waiting for that money. And he knows I could really use it.
Come in now, or you'll wish you did later.
Yoshi!
Jackson Hewitt. Get more in return.
It's the $100 million cash spectacular. The scratch-off game from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Loaded with over $117 million in total cash prizes.
20 degrees right now at 12 minutes after the hour. At least 5 people are dead today after 2 small planes collided over Southern California. That's topping a look at stories making national headlines on this Monday morning. 2 Cessnas collided in midair over several car dealerships in Corona, California, near L.A. Sunday afternoon. 2 passengers and 2 pilots were killed in the crash, and a 5th person was killed inside a car dealership when it was hit by the falling debris. Right now, investigators are still trying to determine what led up to that mid-air collision.
Firefighters battled hot flames and cold temperatures while fighting a 6-alarm fire in Philadelphia yesterday. A warehouse went up in flames, damaging 5 nearby homes and shutting down local train service. 13 people were displaced, but there are no reports of injuries.
International and American leaders will be gathering today in Atlanta at the Ebenezer Baptist Church to remember Dr. Martin Luther King. The annual commemorative service will pay tribute to the slain civil rights leader with a keynote speech from Vashti McKenzie, the first woman elected the bishop in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. A new feature of this year's service will be a 12 by 9-foot jumbotron located outside of the church for people gathered at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Rose Garden.
Now to the latest on the race for the White House. It is the busiest week yet for candidates, with 3 primaries and caucuses ahead. The contests on both sides are tight and intense, drawing a lot of attention. A new poll out today shows 4 in 5 people are closely tuned in, up sharply from a month ago and much higher than the numbers in the last 2 presidential elections. NBC's Brooke Hart has the very latest now from Washington.
That they are ready for change. They want something new.
Barack Obama is in South Carolina today and under pressure. He laid a wreath at Martin Luther King Jr.'s grave in Atlanta and at King's parish home called for unity.
Together we will sing the song that tears down the walls that divide us.
Obama lost the popular vote in Nevada, but African Americans broke for him 5-1. He wants that support in the South. Hillary Clinton, with her Nevada win, is fighting hard. She also invoked King's influence.
We really should think about it every single day, not just once a year.
In New York's Harlem, she won the backing of a prominent pastor there.
This was not and is not and will not become a race-based decision for me.
Will John Edwards stay in the race? He says yes.
These races are enormously unpredictable.
One prediction Republican John McCain likes: South Carolina has forecast the GOP nominee for 20 years.
Thank you, South Carolina, for bringing us across the finish line first in the South primary.
Florida is the next GOP battleground. 3 Republicans counting wins meet Rudolph Giuliani there.
We're going to surprise all of these pundits and experts and everything else.
In a race that, lacking frontrunners, enters a new week. Florida is the first Republican primary closed to independents who've helped John McCain so far. And in South Carolina, Democrats may take note of exit polls in that state's GOP contest, where voters said the economy is their priority 1. In Washington, I'm Brooke Hart for Carolina in the Morning. Bob and Kim, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Brooke. And I guess people really paying attention more. We said at the beginning of that story, so that's good news as well.
That's right. Are those primaries continuing? I heard Tom Brokaw say yesterday, just let the system play itself out. The candidates will fall by the wayside, those who can't make it, and that's our democratic process here in the country.
Right.
That's right. All right, 16 minutes after 6 right now on this Dr. King Day. Pretty cold outside today.
Pretty cold, I'd say real cold, because wind chills right now running at 13 degrees in Wilmington. We've even seen some wind chills as low as 11 right now in Fayetteville and also in Jacksonville. So bundle up if you have to be out early this morning. Live view from the First Alert Battleship camera showing mostly clear skies. That won't be a problem. We'll have plenty of sunshine throughout the day today, and at least the winds aren't going to be quite as strong. Temperatures later on probably in the lower 40s, 18 right now in Jacksonville, 20 degrees in Wilmington, 19 in Fayetteville. But again, some of the wind chills are actually running in the lower teens, even close to 10 degrees in some spots at this hour. Here's the satellite picture. Again, all the cloud cover offshore, and most of the cloud cover you see offshore simply a result of very cold Arctic air moving over the warmer ocean waters. We don't expect any cloud cover to move in, at least for today. And if you are going to be doing traveling, big thing is make sure those heaters are in good working order, because it is going to be cold. 42 today in Raleigh, Charlotte 41, 47 in Columbia. Really, temperatures aren't going to be all that much colder inland than what they will be here in our area. Lower 40s area-wide today, lots of sunshine, northeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, though, things are going to change pretty quickly with that high moving away. A coastal trough begins to set up, so increasing clouds, 30 for the low. That'll probably occur before midnight. Temperatures may actually rise a little bit after midnight. And then tomorrow, 56, so we're back to normal temperatures, mostly cloudy skies, isolated showers, but temperatures will still be rather cold inland with highs in the 40s around Lumberton and Clinton. First Alert planning forecast will go right back to the cold stuff on Wednesday. Chance of a morning shower, and then very cold Thursday and Friday, but a weekend warm-up in store, 55 by Saturday, some showers, 65 on Sunday. Bob and Kim.
That is cold.
74 in Miami today. I just checked in the paper just to see what it was going to be.
All right, we're heading to Miami. We'll see you in a few days, right?
Down to the Keys today.
All right, well, coming up in Carolina in the morning, got plans to go out for breakfast or lunch on this holiday Monday? Well, there are several restaurants you may want to avoid, and we'll tell you which ones in our Food for Thought report.
And maybe you're feeling a little depressed today. Well, you're not alone. We're going to explain why as we continue on this cold Monday morning. It's 20 degrees right now with a wind chill at 13 in Wilmington, and we're at 17 minutes after 6 o'clock.
New Honda Accord. Have you driven one?
Just $259 a month.
2008 Car and Driver 10 Best Award.
22 times since 1983.
That's a record.
31 miles per gallon. Now that makes sense.
Accord drives like a high-priced luxury. Nice interior. I feel good in my Accord.
Accord's been our favorite car.
And this is the best one yet.
That's a whole lot of car for $259 a month.
Honda, your style, mile after mile.
See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
No matter how hard I try, month after month, it just seems as if...
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
It all starts with the rules, and it only gets better from there with O'Charlie's Bottomless Bowls, the all-you-can-eat lunch for just $6.99, with endless servings of our delicious soups, bottomless fresh salads, and all the unsliceably soft rolls you can eat. Just $6.99. Now, but not for long at O'Charlie's.
Really?
Good food, good times. It all starts with the rules.
Truck shopping? Remember one thing. There's only one King. Bob King GMC truck.
Get a king-size deal
On an 07 2500 utility. Only $429 a month.
$429 a month.
Couch change payments on the 07 Sierra work truck. A mere $289 a month.
$289 a month.
Just announced. Bob King GMC truck is offering an extra $1,000 GM owner loyalty rebates. Truck shopping? There's only one King. Bob King GMC truck. New Center Drive and at bobking.com.
A revolution has come to broadcast television, even bigger than the change to color. On February 17th, 2009, television goes all digital. But without an upgrade, some TVs will stop working. Find out what you need to do. Call this number or visit dtvanswers.com to see how you can get free over-the-air digital TV with better picture, better sound, and more channels. See what you're missing. Make sure your TV is DTV.
20 minutes after the hour, time for today's Food for Thought report. A popular restaurant featuring breakfast all day and also a well-known stop for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, both receiving some low scores in their inspections last week. Here's WECT's Joe Kiley with our Food for Thought report.
At the Waffle House on South College Road, violations in multiple categories saddled them with the lowest score this week. Raw fruits and vegetables were not washed properly before being cooked or served. Utensils were not washed and rinsed. The sinks are in need of cleaning, and rust was found on the counter above the dishwasher. The floors need detailed cleaning, as do ceiling tiles in all rooms where the food is stored. Plastic milk crates were also found stored on the floor and should be moved off the ground to make cleaning easier. An 80.5 for Waffle House on South College Road. The other low performer this week is the Hardee's on South 17th Street. Fried chicken was on display at too low a temperature setting. Sugar was found stored in an open bag. Cigarette ashes were discovered on top of a box of toothpicks. Some employees were found not wearing their hair restraints. Towels were missing from the men's restroom and at the hand sink in the kitchen. The floors need additional cleaning under the ice machine and inside the walk-in freezer. An 87.5 for the Hardee's on South 17th Street. I'm Joe Kiley. That's your Food for Thought report.
All right, Joe, thanks very much. 21 minutes after the hour right now. Hopefully the heaters are working in cars right now.
Yeah, you're going to need to crank them before you head out the door this morning. As far as traffic conditions around Wilmington, we're going to check in now with Amy Taylor. She's got your First Alert traffic report. Good Monday morning to you, Amy.
Yeah, good morning to you, Bob and Kim. An accident-free start, and both the Isabel Homes and the Cape Fair Memorial Bridge are moving at posted speeds. Checking our DOT traffic cams, as you can see for yourself, very mild commute so far this morning. There's nothing out there to slow you down. Traffic is brought to you by Category 5 Networks. Having trouble finding your IT guys when you need them the most? For dependable professional computer service on time and within budget, call Category 5 Networks. Bob and Kim.
Thank you very much, Amy. Well, most of your holiday decorations are probably packed away. The credit card bills are now starting to roll in after the holiday season spending spree. Sounds depressing, doesn't it? If you woke up feeling a little down today, you're not alone. The Monday of the last full week in January is generally considered the most depressing day of the year. Much of the country is under a cloud of cold, damp darkness. And remember those well-intentioned promises you made New Year's Day? Exercise exercise more, eat right. Many people have given up and are already back to their old ways. Psychologists say this theory is based on informal research, but they say anything that gets people talking about their feelings of depression is a good thing. One suggestion for coping with post-holiday depression: don't let those New Year's resolutions get away from you. Think of January as a trial run and get right back down to business on February 1st. Well, anybody with the day off today has something already to look forward to.
That's right. Sleeping in, not worried about getting out and being in the cold like the rest of us today.
No.
That's not depressing at all. That's impressing.
They're already off to a good start, aren't
That's
they?
true. That's true. Well, coming up on Carolina in the Morning today on this Monday morning, global warming, one of the problems facing Antarctica and the South Pole. In a moment, we're going to take another look at another problem as well.
You're watching Carolina in the Morning. It's 23 minutes after 6 o'clock. 20 degrees in Wilmington. 25, though, in Myrtle Beach.
Your pro for the best insurance rates. Able Auto Insurance at WECT.com.
There are some people who are born to be in management, and you just happen to be one of them. With the flexibility and convenience of Mount Olive College, you can attain that dream management job in a countless number of fields. Call today at 1-800-NEW-GOAL or visit moc.edu. Just one class, one night a week, and you can earn your bachelor's degree in no time. Transform your life. Mount Olive College.
Your future starts today.
Did you know that New Hanover County has the highest accident rate in the state? Did you know that the average single driver commute time will only continue to grow? What about the fact that the public transportation system significantly reduces greenhouse gases? Or that Wave Transit is adding new routes in 2008? With oil reaching over $100 a barrel, gas prices will only continue to climb. Looks like now's as good a time as any. Give it a try. Ride the wave.
Get your accurate first alert forecast any time of the day. Log on to WECT.com. WECT News is where news comes first on the web.
You won't find a better value anywhere. Josh Barber here for Big Number 1 Capital Ford Lincoln Mercury. Our certified pre-owned vehicles offer all the benefits of new for thousands less. Certified 07 Ford Taurus from just $99.95 with a 6-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Or 07 F-150s with financing as low as 2.9%. So get them today at Big Number 1 Capital Ford Lincoln Mercury, Oleander Drive or Market Street in Wilmington. If you buy anywhere else, you'll pay too much.
We're ready. Are you? All-you-can-eat pancakes are back at IHOP. Enjoy stack after stack of buttermilk goodness with all your favorites starting at $4.99. And try our new International House Roast coffee, too. IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy.
Looking for something quick and easy to make for dinner tonight?
I've invited some really incredible chefs to share some of their very favorite pasta recipes.
5 simple and perfectly delicious pasta dishes are yours. Next, all new Martha.
Weekdays at 11 on WECT.
Truck shopping? Remember one thing. There's only one King. Bob King GMC truck.
Get a king-size deal
On an 07 2500 utility. Only $429 a month.
$429 a month.
Couch change payments on the 07 Sierra work truck. A mere $289 a month.
$289 a month.
Just announced, Bob King GMC truck is offering an extra $1,000 GM owner loyalty rebates. Truck shopping? There's only one King. Bob King GMC truck. New Center Drive and at bobking.com.
All right, the time is 6:26. It is time for weather on the 6s. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Eric Davis. Better grab that heavy coat when you head out the door. Temperatures right now in the teens and 20s. 19 right now in Elizabethtown, 20 degrees in Wilmington. And there's a little bit of wind chill, too. We've seen some wind chills as low as 11 this morning around Jacksonville and Fayetteville. And the current wind chill in Wilmington, not much better at 13. Our surf report, courtesy of our new sponsor, Island Kite and Surf, showing 1 to 3 foot waves along the coast. UV index at a 4, which is moderate. Water temperature at 50 degrees. Remember, there is a moderate risk of rip current today along east-facing beaches. Not that you'd want to go in the water with water temperatures even around 50 degrees. Offshore, some pretty strong winds this morning. They'll lighten up a little bit here later today, and it looks like by tomorrow this wind shifting around more to the east and eventually over to the south. So here's a look at our beach forecast. Sunny but very cold today. 43 at Ocean Isle. Myrtle Beach also at 43. And it's pretty much the same story as you swing northward. Sunny skies, 43 at both Wrightsville Beach and Thompsonville Beach. First Alert planning for forecast some showers tomorrow and warmer temperatures, highs in the low 50s, but the cold weather returns Wednesday through Friday. Warming up, though, by the weekend, some more showers by Sunday. Bob and Kim.
All right, Eric, thanks. We're 27 after the hour. It's 20 degrees. It's cold around here, but beneath the icy wilderness of Antarctica, the Minke Whale is one of nature's most spectacular sights. But the threat of global warming and the Japanese whaling fleets are making the animal's future uncertain. ITN's Bill Neely has more now from Antarctica.
Into the ocean off Antarctica on the trail of the world's most hunted whale. They're plentiful here, and it doesn't take long. Minke whales are the smallest here, though at 30 feet long, weighing 7 tons, they're not that small. And they're vulnerable. A Japanese fleet began tracking them 2 months ago to kill hundreds for research. The whales are curious and easy prey. Killing them to sell is banned, but for science, it's legal. Oh, no way! Those who work in these waters, who love the whales, are outraged.
The animals are being killed under what may say is the pretext of science, and then the animals are being used for other purposes afterwards. But I think the methods used are, in my opinion, quite barbaric.
The Japanese insist that killing the whales is the only way to learn what they want to. Most nations disagree. The Japanese fleet will be hunting whales here for the next 4 months, killing around 1,000. But the greatest threat to these animals could be longer term, with man once again the culprit. The ocean and the air here is warming up, affecting all Antarctica's wildlife. That's directly attributable to man, and it threatens to reduce the stocks of food all the animals depend on.
Ultimately, marine organisms in the Antarctic, if water temperatures increase, unless the animals can actually adapt to cope with the increasing water temperature and can adapt quickly enough, some species are likely to be lost.
Whales were once hunted to the brink of extinction. Their slaughter by the Japanese won't damage their abundant numbers, but they remain at risk. Giants of the ocean at the mercy of man.
Now, Bob Townsend, Kim Ratcliffe, and meteorologist Eric Davis. You're watching Carolina in the Morning, where news comes first.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Carolina in the Morning on this Monday. I'm Kim Ratcliffe.
And I'm Bob Townsend. It is Monday morning, and it's a cold one for Dr. Martin Luther King Day. We're at 20 degrees in Wilmington right now with a wind chill at 13. Eric says low 40s for the high today. More on his forecast coming up in just a moment.
That's right, but topping the news this half hour. On this Martin Luther King Day, towns all over coastal Carolina are honoring the civil rights leader with film showings, parades, and lectures. The city of Wilmington is making final preparations for the big parade today in memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Barricades are set up to block off traffic just before the parade starts, and the flags are hanging from light poles. The MLK parade starts at noon today at 5th and Castle Streets. Organizers tell us they want the youth to walk away knowing King's legacy should always be remembered.
So what we want to do is educate children and make them aware of some of the things that Dr. King did to make their life the way it is at this time.
Immediately following the parade that will be held at 12 o'clock today, there will be a lot of other activities taking place today. It's a day full of activities. A step show will be taking place right after the parade. Also at Gregory Auditorium, this at 6 o'clock tonight, a full-length biography about Dr. King, followed by history and also a talent show. And on Tuesday at 9:40 tomorrow morning, Cape Fear Community College will be recognizing the 40th anniversary of Dr. King's death with a presentation titled Drum Majors for Justice. That event will be taking place in the McLeod Building Auditorium.
In other news, a Wilmington man who caught fire Friday after trying to burn debris in his backyard died over the weekend. That's according to the House supervisor at the UNC hospital in Chapel Hill. Ron Somerville died at the burn center. No other details were made available. Now, Friday afternoon, Somerville was burning debris in his backyard when the fire got out of control and set him on fire. Somerville suffered burns on close to 95% of his body. He was rushed to the New Hanover County Regional Medical Center's emergency room and was later transferred to Chapel Hill. Somerville died at the age of 48.
In some other news today, a Murrayville family is hoping to be heading home today after flames of smoke forced them to go somewhere else. The fire happened last night actually, about 7:30 on Covey Lane. That's in Murrayville in New Hanover County. Firefighters say they believe the family was burning wood in a stove when the chimney went up in flames. No one was hurt in that fire. The home, though, was partially damaged. The family should be able to return home sometime later today.
A man shot by police in an illegal gaming raid is now out of the hospital and in jail. Police have charged 37-year-old William Joseph Inman. He was shot by a Wilmington police officer during a raid on his illegal gaming machine business. Thursday night, Wilmington police raided Two Trees Pool and Spa after several complaints that people go inside the building were carrying handguns and the doors were always locked. Now, Inman is in the New Hanover County Jail this morning on a $200,000 bond. His court date is set for tomorrow.
Now to the murder of the Jacksonville Marine, where authorities have now released some new photos of the suspect, Cezanne Lorian, using the victim's ATM card. This is the still photo of Lorian at an ATM in Jacksonville withdrawing money from Maria Lauterbach's account. This supposedly taking place on December the 24th. The Onslow County Sheriff's Department is now working with America's Most Wanted, trying to find Lorian, who is being charged with Lauterbach's murder. The 20-year-old pregnant Marine and her unborn child was found burned and buried in Lorian's backyard. Authorities are hoping releasing these photos will continue to bring in new leads onto Lorian's whereabouts. And if you have any information, you're asked to contact your local law enforcement agency.
Well, two homeless men are facing charges after allegedly stealing copper. Daniel Lee Yarborough and Patrick Scott Maples were arrested when police say they saw them stealing the copper last week in the Nesbitt Court housing complex. That public housing development just recently closed down and is now closed off to the public. Yarborough and Maples face several charges. Felony counts. Yarborough is still behind bars.
Police are continuing to look for a group of men who have been breaking into cars in Wilmington and in Leland, and they want to warn you to make sure you do keep your car doors locked. Three of the men are brothers, Antonio and Joshua Arthur, and their stepbrother, Cornelius Washington. Washington has been caught, is now behind bars in New Hanover County. A fourth person, Michael Graham, is also involved and is behind bars. But the police in Leland and Wilmington are still looking for Johnny Russ. We don't have a picture of Russ. Police think all the men could be connected to dozens of car break-ins in several neighborhoods in both Wilmington and in Leland in Brunswick County. The thieves taking cell phones, credit cards, and other valuables. Police say the group has been targeting unlocked cars.
Well, Wilmington's own Trot Nixon spent part of his weekend at Bozeman's Sporting Goods on New Center Drive, stepping up to the plate for charity. Bozeman's played host to the third fundraiser for this young man, Clint B. Robertson. In March of 2006, Robertson died in a motorcycle accident, and yesterday dozens of people showed up to buy baseballs, bats, and various Trot Nixon memorabilia for the major leaguer to autograph. All the money raised goes toward the Clint B. Robertson Memorial Scholarship at Cape Fear Community College. The fundraiser's organizer says he was thrilled with the turnout.
I'm very pleased today. All of our fundraisers I felt have been successful, but the turnout today has been phenomenal.
And organizer Warren Kennedy said that he hoped to raise around $10,000 from the fundraisers. Time for your trivia question for today. And this week we are playing, what kind of trivia are we playing this week?
We are playing trivia about people we lost in 2007.
That's right.
So here is today's question. This was this lady in January. We lost an actress who portrayed the vampire mom in the TV show The Munsters. She was 84 when she passed away January a year ago. Who was she? If you know the answer, give us a call right now. Our phone number is 791-6681.
All right, while you're thinking about that, the time right now, 36 minutes past 6 o'clock. You know what that means.
Weather on the 6s. Any warmer outside, Eric?
Not yet. It is very cold outside. Live view right now from the First Alert Battleship camera showing clear skies, but it is cold out there. 20 degrees right now in the port city, and we've even got a little bit of a breeze making the wind chill 13, so grab that heavy coat as you head out the door. And if you are heading to our Martin Luther King Day festivities and celebrations, you definitely want to keep that coat on because high Highs today only going to be in the low 40s, but we do think some warmer weather will start to return by tomorrow. 20 degrees, as we said, in Wilmington right now. The humidity at 53%. We've got a northeast wind at 5 miles per hour. You factor in that wind, 13 degrees is what it feels like outside. Other temperatures, 18 right now in Jacksonville. Clinton, 21 degrees, 22 in Loverton. Myrtle Beach now 23 degrees. And these temperatures will slowly rise probably into the lower 30s as we head towards 10 o'clock and topping out in the lower 40s later today. As we take a look at the satellite picture, a few showers this morning down across South Florida, a few snow showers coming off of Lake Erie, but in general, very quiet weather along the eastern part of the United States. Now, there's a system organizing back towards our west, which will help to induce a coastal trough here as we head through tonight. Let's outline how things are going to progress here with the next 48 hours with our forecast map. Again, cold air, Arctic area of high pressure in control right now. That's why the temperatures are so cold this morning, but the high will begin to drift offshore here as we head towards tonight and tomorrow. We'll start to get some milder air back into the area, but we're also going to see the development of a coastal trough overnight tonight. And notice that clouds will quickly increase as the system moves into the Tennessee and Ohio Valley. And even by tomorrow morning, we could see some light wintry mix in the western part of the state. A few showers around here, and shower chances will actually increase as we head through the day. How much rain are we talking about? None between now and midnight from our exclusive RPM computer model, but it looks like some rainfall totals of under 1/4 of an inch in most areas can be expected for tomorrow. Cold and sunny today, though. 42 for your high. Northeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And along the coast, we're looking pretty good. A little bit choppy out there this morning, but I think winds will subside as we head through the day. Seas 3 to 5 feet. And the first alert planning forecast looks like some more showers tomorrow night into Wednesday. Everything light, though. 48 on Wednesday. Very cold Thursday and Friday, but we warm up into the weekend. 55 Saturday, 65 with some showers on Sunday. Bob and Kim.
You know, I kept waiting for a little bit of snow. Just a little bit of it nice this weekend, but it's all to the inland part.
Yeah,
you know, it didn't come down our way.
Get it timed just perfectly.
No, but it was cold enough this weekend with that rain, wasn't it?
And very wet, just
Yeah.
not frozen. All right, well, we've got a winner in today's trivia. Again, the question for this morning: in January, we lost an actress who portrayed the vampire mom in the TV show The Munsters. She was 84 when she passed away. Who was she?
And Marianne Medina of Wilmington, the first one to call in to let us know. We're talking about the great actress Yvonne DiCarlo. She was not only Lily Munster in the show, but she was in a lot of other presentations as well before The Munsters. I guess she got most of her fame during that television series, though.
Well, congratulations, Marianne. You have won a Chick-fil-A gift certificate along with a boarding pass to this weekend's Cape Fear Model Railroad Show and Sale, and that takes place at the American Legion Post 10 building on Pine Grove Drive. And you can come on by the station to pick all that up. And we'll continue with our trivia questions tomorrow.
And you see the big guys playing with the trains there.
Yeah.
Not just kids. The big guys are playing there with the Cape Fear Model Railroad
Any
Show.
age.
It's great to go. Well, there's been a lot of talk heading to the primary of South Carolina, especially this past weekend, focusing on the state's evangelical voters. Exit polls show that Mike Huckabee did best among religious voters, but even in the heart of the Bible Belt, that support was not enough for him to seal the deal this weekend. John McCain winning the Republican primary in South Carolina. It may be a reflective of a broader view being taken by many of the religious conservatives across the country. NBC's Lester Holt with more details today.
Eric and Angela Herskin describe themselves as born-again Christians, and until Saturday, they also describe themselves as undecided Republican voters.
I would consider myself pro-life, but that's not a litmus test for me in voting.
I supported the war, but I'm tired of people being there. I want change in our budget.
The Herskins represent what many experts see as a significant shift among so-called evangelical voters. While as a group they remain key swing voters, they appear to be less guided by traditional hot-button social issues than they were even 4 years ago.
You were seeing a lot more talk about environmental issues, about global warming, about poverty.
And as a result, polls showed there were more undecided evangelical voters than non-evangelicals coming into Saturday's primary.
It's between my two top guys. So I'm looking for the candidate who lines up with the closest to my values, doesn't have to be to my faith, but to my value system.
In a discussion around their kitchen counter, the Herskins and some of their fellow evangelical friends suggested candidates who pigeonhole Christian voters as monolithic do so at their own peril.
What I think I hear from you, it's not just enough to come say, hey, I'm a conservative.
That's not going to get. That's not going to get your vote.
Huckabee, I think he is a good guy. I was a little offended by some of his ads here in South Carolina. It was almost like, I'm a Christian, you're a Christian, therefore, you should vote for me.
The South Carolina outcome will likely serve as a roadmap for appealing to the more diverse evangelical base, something the candidates I met up with on the road know all too well.
If you look at the voter turnout, both in Iowa and New Hampshire, you'll see there was more Democrat voters than Republicans. We Republicans have got some work to do. Regain our base, get the enthusiasm back so we can win a general election.
Underscoring the shifting dynamics of the conservative Christian voter, the Herskins split their vote. He went with Mitt Romney, she with John McCain.
John McCain winning the primary for the Republicans in South Carolina this past weekend. Now the Democrats, it's their turn this weekend. Well, coming up on Carolina in the Morning, another look at traffic around Wilmington on this cold Monday morning. Amy Taylor is going to update us to see if there's any problems out there.
Plus, brand new information in the case of missing child Madeline McCann. A possible witness is coming forward, and her description of a suspicious man has authorities searching harder than ever. First, though, let's take a look at those closing stock numbers from last Friday.
Your pro for fine jewelry. Albert F. Rhodes, WECT.com.
It's the final week of Ashley Furniture Home Store's factory authorized sales event. Enjoy unprecedented savings during the biggest event of the season. Furniture for every room in your home at our exclusive Ashley direct prices. Plus, for one final week, you pay no interest till 2013. That's totally free financing for 5 full years. Incredible values on the styles you want. Only at the Ashley Furniture Home Store factory authorized sales event. Hurry in for one final week of savings. Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're gonna love this place.
Notice you were saving a ton of money lately.
Yep, I'm saving a ton since combining Charter digital cable with high-speed internet.
So I was thinking, how about a 33% increase in my allowance?
No can do, sport.
How about 25%?
10, yard work included.
20 with mowing. Yard work is extra. Remember, you're saving big with Charter.
15. I'll give on the yard work, but I'm holding firm on the mowing.
Done.
Switch to the best bundle at the best price. Just $69.98 per month for 6 months. Switch to Charter today.
Bev Perdue. She grew up in a home filled with love and faith. And while neither of her parents finished high school, they taught her that with a good education, she could do anything. She became a teacher, went on to earn a PhD, and as a healthcare administrator, provided vital services for seniors. Helping others gave Bev a mission in life, here in North Carolina, shaping the future. A state representative, a state senator, lieutenant governor, leading the fight for Smart Start, and helping to create a North Carolina prescription drug plan called the best in the nation. Because of Bev, teachers have higher salaries, 115,000 uninsured kids have health care, and military bases across North Carolina were saved from closure. Because one little girl grew up believing she could do anything. And as governor, Bev Perdue will do what it takes to get it done.
Doesn't your child deserve the best education you can provide in a safe, caring, value-centered environment? Of course. That's why so many families choose St. Mark Catholic School. St. Mark's offers your child a rigorous, faith-based academic curriculum that exceeds North Carolina's standard course of study. With our school's standardized test scores in the 96th to 99th percentile, we think we must be doing something right. Let us make a difference in your child's educational experience. St. Mark Catholic School. Take a tour or call for an appointment today.
Your pro for loans. Time financing service at WECT.com.
Welcome back. The time is 6:46. Time for weather on the 6s. I'm First Alert meteorologist Eric Davis on this very cold holiday Monday morning. Let's take a look at live view from the First Alert beach camera. A little bit rough offshore this morning. Seas running in the 3 to 5 foot range. No small craft advisory, but it is pretty choppy if you are thinking about doing some boating, and really cold too. Even along area beaches this morning, temperatures are in the low 20s. Here's a satellite picture and radar composite. There's some snow this morning across parts of the Midwest, but in general, pretty quiet weather along the U.S. East Coast. 20 degrees degrees right now in Wilmington, 19 in Fayetteville. Highs today, well below normal, 42 in Wilmington. So if you're heading out to Martin Luther King Day festivities and celebrations, definitely want to make sure you bundle up, particularly if they are outside. Tomorrow, warmer, but we're going to have more cloud cover and maybe some shower chances in the forecast. 42 this afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Increasing clouds, though, by 10 o'clock tonight. There could even be some shower activity as early as tomorrow morning, and isolated showers possible through tomorrow night, and Wednesday. All rainfall totals light, 56 tomorrow, back down to 48 on Wednesday, lower 40s on Thursday, but a nice weekend warm up, 55 on Saturday, 65 with some showers by Sunday. Bob and Kim.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. We're at 6:47 right now. Many of you are maybe have the day off, but some of you still having to go to work this morning, so we're going to check traffic conditions today.
No school today, though. That's some good news there. Amy Taylor with our First Alert Traffic. Amy, everything looking okay this morning?
Yeah, actually, Bob, checking in with dispatch in New Hanover, Brunswick, and Pender counties, they've given us a green light. No accidents or broken down vehicles to slow you down. Looking at the DOT traffic cams, as you can see, a mild commute so far this morning. Traffic is brought to you by Bruce Robinson's Law. Instead of farming out work to assistance, attorney Bruce Robinson personally handles each case from beginning to settlement. On the web at brucerobinsonlaw.com. Bob and Kim.
Thank you very much, Amy. Well, speaking in her first television interview, a British vacationer has told Britain's ITN about the moment she spotted a man who she thinks may have abducted Madeleine McCann. Gail Cooper was staying at the same resort in Portugal and has helped police piece together an image of a man she says was acting suspiciously shortly before Madeleine disappeared. The image bears a striking resemblance to an earlier drawing of a man seen carrying a child away. Madeleine's parents have called for an international search to find out who he is. ITN's Harry Smith reports.
Tonight, 262 days on, the scene of the enduring mystery is eerily quiet. The apartment now locked up, the investigators long since gone. But the question is this: do we now know who took Madeleine? Might, just might, this be the face of her abductor? Kate and Jerry McCann believe it could be, and have pleaded for new assistance from the public. It was this British holidaymaker who raised the alarm. Gail Cooper was staying near to the McCanns when she saw the man in Praia de Luge. And in an exclusive interview with ITV News, Mrs. Cooper said he made her feel instantly uneasy when he knocked at her door, claiming he was collecting money for a children's charity.
It just felt quite creepy, I suppose. Just something that didn't ring true about him, and I don't know, his actions made me think he wasn't Portuguese, because we do know the Portuguese people quite well, and his accent wasn't Portuguese.
It wasn't until she returned to her home in Nottinghamshire that Mrs. Cooper reported the sightings, and only now has she helped an artist make these drawings.
When the pieces started to fall into place, it was quite an unpleasant feeling to think, have I seen him face to face? Was that the man? Or worse, you just don't know.
Gail Cooper saw the man 3 times in Praia de Luge. She first spotted him at 1 p.m. on April the 20th, as he was walking alone on the beach in pouring rain. Later that day at 4 p.m, he came to her apartment, asking for money for an orphanage. At lunchtime 2 days later, she saw him standing near a group of children on the beach. 11 days later, Jane Tanner, a friend of the McCanns, saw a similar-looking man carrying a child wearing pajamas. That was the evening Madeleine disappeared.
If you look at the drawing, it's almost photographic quality, and with the power of the modern media and the reach of television in particular, and the internet, if this man is pretty much anywhere in the Western world, we believe that somebody somewhere will recognize him and will make contact. That's what we need. We need to find him, and find him quickly.
They may be no closer to unraveling the Madeleine mystery, but might this be a crucial and previously neglected clue?
And that was ITN's Harry Smith reporting. Coming up on Carolina in the Morning, see what divers are doing off the coast of Florida that's become a dumping ground for debris.
6:51's our time right now. It's 20 degrees in Wilmington, 23 right now in Southport.
Visit Hanover Medical Specialist at WECT.com.
Okay, it's sync 1 and score a million time. Let's go, go, go!
Pressure's on. Can you feel the pressure?
Move those feet. What, you call that running? Traveling. Elevate. Show me you want it.
Get ready to sink one and score $1 million. Just stock up on Pepsi products with your Food Lion MVP card and you could win a trip to the ACC tournament for a shot at $1 million. Sink one, score $1 million. Only at Food Lion.
Feel the burn.
Car shopping? Remember one thing. There's only one King. Bob King Buick. Consumers rank Buick the most reliable vehicle among sedans, beating out Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, and Nissan Maxima. Get a deal on a 2008 Buick LaCrosse, only $22,995. Couch change payments on the 2008 Buick Lucerne, or just $24,995. Just announced an extra $1,000 GM owner loyalty rebate. That makes a new LaCrosse only $21,995, and a new Lucerne only $23,995. Bob King Buick, New Center Drive, and at bobking.com.
You've heard the gossip surrounding my visit with Brittany. Well, now you're going to hear the truth straight from the horse's mouth.
Dr. Phil confronts the rumors and delivers the facts.
What you don't know and what you should know.
All new Dr. Phil.
This is serious business, and I take it very seriously.
Weekdays at 3 on WECT.
Is lower back pain giving you a hard time? Well, our LifeWatch report will tell you about a technique that may ease the discomfort. That's today on WECT News at 5.
Josh Barber here for big number one, Capital Ford Lincoln Mercury. Just announced 2 incredible offers on 1 incredible truck. The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 31 years and counting. Get 0% financing or discounts up to $10,000 off MSRP. That's right, $10,000 off MSRP. We're completely overstocked, but with these 2 incredible offers, we won't be for long. So hurry to big number one, Capital Ford Lincoln Mercury, on Leander Drive or Market Street in Wilmington. If you buy anywhere else, you'll pay too much.
Talked about the Florida Keys earlier. They are a source for beauty, but also the Florida pristine and pure waters right now, a dumping ground for all kinds of debris as well. NBC's Marissa Brawny went with divers as they braved the choppy surf to clean up an artificial reef off the Florida coast.
The most heavily fished reef out of Naples.
A reef in need of help from above. Heavy preparation, all to find what's hiding beneath the choppy current.
Fishing line, ropes, anchors, cast nets, bottles, cans.
Diver in! This volunteer team's goal is to get all of that up off the bottom of the Gulf so that sea life can keep from getting tangled in it.
Keeping things sound here where we're not indiscriminately letting creatures die because of the waste we've left.
The divers stay down for as long as their air tanks allow. Usually that's up to about 45 minutes. Now that sounds like a lot of time, but we quickly found out this is no easy task.
Between the murky mess,
when you go down there, you've got great visibility, but as soon as you start trying to pull the nets up, it just steers everything up.
Angry tides.
That's what we're up against. The logistics are pretty tough.
And the weighty fines. The team makes just a dent. The Santa Lucia Artificial Reef has become an underwater mecca for at-sea debris.
A big piece of glass, though. That
looks like a TV tube.
Remind me of Pirates of the Caribbean because there's just nets draped everywhere down there, and it's kind of eerie.
But a dent, the team says, counts. A cleanup, no matter how small, counts.
Everything's interconnected. The ecology of the Gulf, everything's intertwined. When you clean up one spot, it helps all around it.
Now, officials in Collier County, Florida, organized the dive. The captains and the divers are all volunteers, and they say they may consider another dive trying to tackle more of the reef's cleanup. So,
it's a shame.
Good way trying to save the environment down that way, but I'm sure we got the problems here as well.
Yeah, it's a shame the problem exists at all, but
That's true.
I'm glad that they're down there trying to make a difference. That's
I am
great.
too. All right, pretty cold outside. Final look at the weather for today for this holiday. Eric?
Yeah, don't forget that heavy coat. Temperatures in the teens in many spots right now, and wind chills even in the lower teens. Live view from the First Alert Battleship camera showing some sunshine. At least that will warm our highs back into the lower 40s. Not quite as much wind as yesterday, but a very cold area of high pressure in control right now. But as it slides offshore by tonight, we're going to start to see a coastal trough set up. And look how quickly the clouds increase overnight tonight. Becomes mostly cloudy. And tomorrow, even the possibility of some light showers and possibly even some light wintry mix in the western and central part of the state during the day tomorrow. But it'll all change over to rain. Showers actually becoming a little more likely late in the day and into tomorrow night. A few dew showers could stick around early Wednesday. More cold air, unfortunately. Highs back in the lower 40s by Thursday, 46 on Friday with some lows in the 20s, and then we moderate by the weekend, 65 on Sunday. Remember, get your first alert forecast anytime on our website, WECT.com.
All right, looking forward to that 65 later. Gotta have to wait for it, though, right? We're gonna
65.
got a few days to get there.
You're gonna have to wait a while.
I know.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric. Well, thanks for joining us for Carolina in the Morning this morning. It continues on our sister station, Fox 26. That's where we are headed. The Today Show is next here on WECT. We hope you have a great Monday and a nice holiday.
The Honda Pilot is all about